Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Treasure, and today I have another haul to share with you. This one is stuff from Michaels. I did two different hauls because that was when during spring break when I was trying to look for glue, and apparently somebody was thinking the same thing because they bought the big ones, and so I could only find these tiny ones at the time. So that's all I had at the time, and so I was going to try these ones to see if they're any good because I thought that was a good brand. I never tried it, so we're going to experiment and see if that glue is worth it at all. But I tend to like these bigger ones because they last longer, unlike these tiny ones. Like, I run out of them so fast, so the bigger the better for me. And then while I was there, I finally found these inks because I've been wanting more permanent ink because I have a lot of distress inks, but for stamping and everything, I prefer VersaFine ink. I always have, but none of the stores here have it. And so it's really hard to find here. So I got these temporarily so I can have some more basic colors, especially a red and a blue. You know, there's frayed burlap, there's fired brick, rustic wilderness, and prize ribbon, which I actually don't have that color in Distress Oxide or ink. So I got them in Archive ink. And while I was there, I was looking for some wax finish, and I found these two. I wasn't quite the color I was looking for. I was looking more for a copper. This gold isn't too bad. This is just Craft Smart. That's Michael's brand, and I have tried it out when I did the pop tabs, P for pop tabs. And then this one is a little bit closer. This one's actually a rose gold. I was excited first, but I'm like, yep, that's definitely not copper. That's more, yeah, rose gold. Focusing. Rose gold. It's not bad. It is soft. It works pretty good. And then I did see these. They did have the little pens, and I heard these work pretty good when you do wax seals, you know, and you want to like color certain parts, highlight it gold. I got my little helper with me. So I was going to use this for that and see if that helps to highlight like certain spots. So that's what I got at the first Michaels. And so we went to the next Michaels, which was the one that's closer to us, and we tried finding glue there, and they were completely out. But I was looking at their inks, and they actually had this one on clearance, which I have the regular ink of it, but not the oxide of it, and it's the Squeezed Lemonade. So I did get that one, and it works really good. I've already used it a couple times. I'm just going to add that with my other ones. And then I was able to find the other Archive inks. These ones are like the basic ones, the browns, which I've already started using, which is the Black Suit, Ground Espresso, the Vintage Photo, and Hickory Smoke. And then later on, because I was trying to keep these all in the bag because I was so busy every day trying to do one of the letters for the ABC April collaboration, so I was trying to keep all this stuff in a bag and knew I was going to do it the haul afterwards, but I kept forgetting what was already in there, and I've been looking for these type of inks. I need more permanent ink, you know, for doing stamping. I didn't want them to bleed. I want permanent ones, and I forgot that I already had this one, and so in one of my Joann hauls, I ended up getting this one again, but I can't return it to Michael's or Joann's because they're closing. They won't take anything back, and this is the one I got from Michael's, and I already opened and used this one, so apparently I'm gonna have 2 packages of these, so at least I'm stocked up, I guess. And then I found that there was, they had some new dyes there, and I found this mushroom one. There was some other ones I wanted to get, but what was the price? I think they were half off at the time. It was when they first came out. They had like a deal going on, or 40% off or something like that. And so yeah, I had to get these mushroom ones. Aren't those so cool? And they got like a little fern thing going on. So yeah, I had to get that one. And there's 10 dyes in it. And then they had these on sale too, and I liked the size of these because I do have some vellum envelopes that I got from Joann's, but not this size. I thought they were so cute. So you can put things in there. And they weren't that much, and there's 10 in here. And then they were on sale too at the time. And then they had more of these, and I didn't have this one yet. they've been starting to have like their own die cuts like this, and the last few I've actually quite liked. And these ones were all like butterflies and bees, like insects, mostly butterflies. And there's 85 pieces in this. Oh, and there's mushrooms too. So yeah, they're not bad. They're not like thick ones, you know, but they are thick. But they have this huge white border around it, but some of them I don't think are too hard to cut off. But there's some really cute mushrooms, you know, little bumblebees, because I want to do a bumblebee journal. And, you know, you always need mushrooms, right? When do we not? Yeah, more mushrooms. There's a lot in here. Like, these two are the same, so there must be like 2 of each, maybe? Yeah, don't lose them, sweetie. Dragonfly. It's different. Colorful butterflies. And they kind of look like watercolor, too, which I really like. Don't bend them. Oh, and there's, there are some with foil, which I'm not huge over, like these ones. Those are going to be hard for me to use. Like, they're pretty, but kind of getting over the gold foil. And then these ones are the holographic, like, foil. So I might have to just, like, fussy cut that out of there. But I kind of like these ones more, you know. I think those ones are cooler than with foil. Those ones are pretty. But yeah, I'll definitely be fussy cutting all that stuff off. There's ladybugs, more mushrooms, gold foil. That one's got a little bit of gold foil to it. Blue butterflies. That one's really big. I like that one. There's our bee and butterfly. That looks like a little moth. There's some big pretty ones. But there's also acetate ones as well. There's some white paper. Oh boy, but those are actually kind of pretty. Those are always kind of hard to use too. You saw them? Ooh, pretty. Wow. And then a mushroom. I'll put the mushroom on there. That one's actually kind of brown. Yeah. There's that one. Oh, there's this bee. She's so much help. Those are pretty. You can put the mushroom down. Are they pretty? Yes. So yeah, that's kind of what's all in there. Those are nice. Some fun to play with. Okay, I clean them up, okay? Oh, there's another one? Okay, thank you. And then I was looking at their fabric really quick, and I found this little remnant. And whenever I find neutral colors like this, I always love finding it. I don't know what kind it is exactly, but originally it was like $3, I think. And it does have some little fibers in it, which I really like. I love finding neutral stuff like this. And there's a yard in here, so I thought that wasn't bad. And then they had like this giant bin of all these fabrics in there that they were clearancing out. And I found this one that I really, really like. And right next to it, they had 2 versions of it. They had more like greens and teal turquoise colors, and then more of the light blue and like navy blue in it. And I love anything and everything to do with water. And so I thought these were awesome because look at all these things that I can cut out. There's like tags, there's seahorse, you know, so I'm like, there's so many things I can do with these. Look at all these. There's coral. There's seaweed. You know, there's shells. There's lighthouse in here. You know, just cut that out and then place that on a tag. Like, how cute is that? There's compass. sailor's knot. There's just so much. And then it's the she has a lot to say too. Right? Uh-huh. I love you. Be careful. No jumping, you're gonna bite your tongue. And then here are the same ones, but in this like teal and green. And so I liked both colors. I couldn't decide on which one, so I got a yard of both of them. Oh, I love it. Look at that lighthouse, you know, the starfish, the compass. Look at these little tags. And it's nice quality, you know, it's good stuff. You know, it's not the thin cotton kind, you know. You can see the texture to it, you know. And then I always love these color strips. Hi, Mama. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Mama. Hi. And then also in that bin, I found another fabric which I thought, this is more like regular cotton, and it is a map, and I thought this is perfect, you know, for journals. I love this, and look at the colors that are going on in it. So yeah, I had to get a yard of this one as well. And I got France. And look at like all the streets and everything on there. I just, for like traveling and stuff, I thought this would be awesome. I love the vintage look to it. There's United States. Hi, sweetie. So yeah, it's just all random and mixed in there. But I love the colors to it. Hi, sweetie. And then, of course, I always had to look at their clearance stuff. And I actually found some alcohol blending solution, which I didn't have. And that was only $3 compared to $5.99. So I thought that wasn't too bad. It was half price. And then I actually found some of this there as well. You know, this it feels like leather, but it's not like real leather. But I do like the, like, it's like so soft. And I thought this would be fun on toppers and everything. And there's 8 yards on here, so I thought that wasn't too bad. Then later on, I ended up getting some at Joann's before they were closing. And then I found this mold that was originally $9, which I thought was kind of crazy, but I got it for $3. And again, I love anything and everything to do with water. And so I do have a special glue gun that has like Mod Podge glue sticks that you can do for molds like this. And they're, I don't think, some of them aren't 2-dimensional, I think. Like this one and stuff. I thought these would be cool on covers of journals. I did end up getting that, or to do other projects too. I went past their paper pads because I noticed they had some new ones coming out, and I was skimming through them, and there was some that I liked, and they had it where you buy one get one half off, was it? Or buy one get one free, something like that. And first I found this one, which I really liked, with the flowers, and I love the title of it, Field Journal. Although again, it's got some gold foil. I kind of wish it didn't. There's 29 different designs. There's 48 sheets, or 58 sheets, sorry. What is it? 66.7 pounds, so 180 gram cards or paper. So it's decent. Yeah, I absolutely love these flowers, and I like the paper, that like design that it's on, you know. It's kind of like that packaging paper that you get sometimes. I absolutely love that. And then you get 2 of each. And so now they got it in green. They got wood grain, which I wish didn't have gold foil in it, because I love wood grain, but not the foil. I love this, you know, because it looks like, you know, old letters. And there's the solid again, with, you know, little fibers in it. This is the nice blue. And then, what are these? 6x6. I do like these. But again, like the gold foil, I'm not huge over. Like this isn't bad because it's just the ring of it. But I wish these mushrooms weren't gold foil. But they got 2 of those. And here's another solid one, you know, with the little texture to it. Bunch of butterflies, and this has the green background. Here's a darker brown. Got a lot of solids in this. Butterflies, but again, they're all gold foil, so I'm not huge into that. I love these mushrooms, and those not die cuts, but the ephemera, well, the die cuts too, the mushroom die cuts, and then all that ephemera with the butterflies and mushrooms goes great with this. Here's another green. And more beautiful flowers, but they got splatters of foil on here. Can you see those? Like there, you know, all these little dots are gold foil. So it's okay, it's not bad, but I would prefer it without it. Here's some more gold foil. Not a bad design though. And this one's kind of like a mauve color. This one's really cute. I like how it has the layering of like book pages and paper and stuff. And then the birds and the butterflies, but again, it's got gold foil and I really wish it didn't. I think it would look so much better. Like the speckles aren't too bad, but the wings, it looks kind of odd having gold wings. It would look better if it was by itself. There's some red. This one's beautiful. It has that texture to it, and then the beautiful flowers in it. I love that. More flowers on the pink. Luckily, no foil. Love this as well, and it's like the same, but you know, opposite. And then it's got the writing again. I love that. More butterflies, and can fussy cut these out or use as is. This one's more of a rusty color. Here's the mushrooms again, but on a darker, more orange craft. Here's like an off-white one. More foliage. More pink butterflies, pinkish purple. More butterflies to cut out. And then some wood grain. Is that? Oh, there's another one. I forgot about this one. That should be the last one. Yep. So yeah, these little, I do like these little simple butterflies and then the flowers. So I had to get that one. And so I was trying to find another one to get, you know, the 50% off on. And so I got this one, which it has 180 sheets, you know, for the same price, has 60 different designs. This one's kind of more masculine in a way feeling. But the paper isn't as thick and as strong. This one's only 90 grams, so that's 33.3 pounds paper. So it's fine. It's just like pretty much like printer paper, you know. But I absolutely loved them, and I'm trying to remember how many. Was it still 2? Or no, 3 per design. And I love these ones. They had a lot of plaid, which I'm obsessed with. Look at all these book pages. And so I thought this would help because I want to do like a masculine like journal. And look at this. Isn't this great to have on a cover? Because it's like leather, and then it has that seal on there. That looks great. Here's some different strips. I love that. Look for me in the library. There's a map. More books. And then they're like close up. Oh, kind of, I don't know. Is it better this way or the other way? But I do like this as well. The texture to it gives. More plaid, and I love blue. I love that design. These can be cut out, but I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 with these. I don't know. Like, I kind of like the books, and you know that. But, you know, can you cut them up and make tags out of them? Like that as well. Looks like the old chalkboard. Another design. There's a door. Another plaid. I love that. A photo of an old library. And then here are more of the 6x6. And luckily none of these are gold foil, which I'm happy with. They're more simple, and they look like book covers, you know, and it kind of has like that faux leather look to it. This looks like crinkled paper. Love that. And here are some tags to cut out. How great is that? And it has 3 of them. So I love that. Some green and blue gingham, some more books, some old paper, and kind of looks like there was writing, like this was like the page underneath it, and there's like some staining going on. I absolutely love that. The seats, and some really nice fall leaves. And there's the fall leaves again, and like pages torn and layered with different ones. I really like that actually. Notes. It's really pretty. I like that there's 3 of them. And this one looks like a sweater, like the knitting from a sweater. There's that design again. Some brown plaid. That one again. Oh, I love this one. I love the colors. The green, the red, and the blues. There's that knitted sweater again, but this time blue and whites. This kind of looks like crinkled paper again, but this nice rich red color. Library card. These are quite large. I kind of wish they were a little bit smaller. This book belongs to Certified Book Lover, and my nice journaling spot. So if sometimes they have these in 6x6, don't they? Or no, they don't have that many pages though. Here's that knitting again, but on green. Study mode. Read more books. Go away, I'm reading. So yeah, it's all to do with reading, all to do with books. Here's like another nice fabric design. This is like that crinkly paper again, but with a dark brown. I wish those were real and I could like take them off and use them. But there, yeah, the little tabs to pull, open the little drawers to get the little library card. Here's a nice green. This looks like they're erasing the chalkboard. You know, you can see the strokes of it and the chalk on it. Some more fall leaves on brown, and I think, oh no, there's still more. It looks like the cardboard at the end. And then there's another photo. Another nice design. Some blue flowers. Sometimes these are like the inside, the flyaways too of the covers. So yeah, I like those. Nice green, a nice red. This one has like notebooks ready to just piled on top of each other. This one is in like the reds and browns, and then this one's in the green and blues. And I love these little due dates, you know, library cards. I so want to cut these out and use them. There's a whole bunch of them, and then I got 3 of each of them. I love this. It kind of looks like faux leather in a way. There's that design again for the inside of the cover. This one again. But this one only has 2 colors this time. This one. And then if you don't want to use that, you know, you got all this black to use too. All these little books. And then more book pages layered. Torn out. A whole bunch of books. And then, I don't know what this is on. Or what this was. Was somebody like doing equations on a wall? Or no, is this a book? Because it kind of looks like cracked leather. I don't know. But it is kind of cool. Not bad. More great plaid. This design again, but in green. And I think that's it. So yeah, that is awesome. For the same price. And I don't mind it being thinner like that. Granted, it's one-sided anyway, so it's nice having the thinner ones to put on top instead of having such thick, you know, and then having to layer them. It's just kind of easier. These ones are easy to layer being thinner. so I got that one. And then I stumbled across this one, which I was him-hawing back and forth or not. This one's called Fairy Forest. I kind of like fairies, but I'm not huge into fairies. I'm not huge into like the pinks and purples and stuff, but this one I really kind of liked, and I have been saving stuff to do a fairy journal. I like more of the vintage ones, but again, this one's got some foil on it, but I can easily like fussy cut around it. This one would be hard though, but this part is quite thicker. And how much was these ones? These ones are 75 pounds, so 194 grams. And this one has 58 sheets, 29 designs. And there is some glitter spots too. But the first 2 pages is all like ephemera to cut out. I do kind of like that. And the mirror. The mirror's not bad. Like that, I would keep the foil in. And book. So it's not bad. And then here's like a cover. That'd be actually pretty cool. Or just to even cut these parts out and use. And these ones, you know, are much thicker. See, these ones are more harder to back. So like you don't want to necessarily want 2 of these layered up, because then it would be like super thick, and it's hard to fold stuff that thick. That's why the one-sided ones I prefer being thinner, and then the double-sided ones I prefer being thicker, because the thinner ones are easier to layer. But there's like a nice scenery here in the woods. You know, this nice teal with gold foil, but it's not actually gold this time. This I like. This I don't mind. But when they have the foil in it, it's like too much for me. And again, here's some of those butterflies. More fairies. A whole bunch of gold foil. That's too much for me. All the stuff to cut out as well. You know, little clock and everything. And it's like, looks like it was water paint. And then all of these letters, like you would see in the old books. Has every letter of the alphabet, I think. See, yep. And here's more to cut out, the labels and stuff, which isn't bad. Kind of like this one. There's this nice purple flower going on. These keys. Another scenery. So I got like a little pond, little bridge crossing over. There's a little statue fairy in a garden. I do like this one, how it has like the keyhole, and so I want to cut that out and have like something behind it, like you're entering into like a whole new world, like Narnia or something. You know, that's what it kind of makes me think of. There's some purple crystal. These mushrooms are cute, but it has glitter on it, which I don't like. So, some of them I don't think. Oh no, those do too. I have to see if there's like, could be like scraped off. I don't know. It's hard to get off. This one's kind of cute. I like the blues and the purples. Those look like eucalyptus maybe. And this one has like a bunch of glitter here. But you can fussy cut these little fairies out, because it's not on the fairy, it's just like around them, which is kind of odd. And here's more fairies. Luckily, no glitter on this one. It's like a little fairy house. Isn't that cute? I do like that one. And then all these ferns, and it looks like it's on burlap, which I love. Some more fairies. And then these butterflies have glitter on them, so I'm not huge into that. And these, the white part of the plants. And then some 6x6 cut-aparts. Some more keys and clocks. Pocket watch, I mean. I do love this. The colors. I think that's the last one to that, yeah. And since I ended up getting that one, I needed one more. So I got this one. This paper pack has got more neutral colors. And does it even have a name for this one? I don't think so. It just says paper pad. Textured cardstock. So they do have a slight texture to it, but they don't say the pounds on this one. But there's 58 sheets. So yeah, it's like the, was like 190 some grams. But they have all these great neutral tones, more muted colors, which I really like these yellow and orange. They have these nice green, like olive green, and then this one's a little bit darker. You know, it keeps getting, you know, all these different shades, and you get, what, 3 of each? So these are great to make fun embellishment stuff with. There's like another darker green, a nice cream color, like all these different beige, light browns. Kind of got like skin tone colors going on. You know. And then this nice, like aqua. This one's a little bit darker. Another blue. And then a darker one. And another darker one. It's like almost black. And then like a grayish brown colors going on. It's easier when you see them together, like see the different tones of it. Is that the last one? Oh no, there's one more. And that's all the neutral tones. So I really, really like this one. So I thought that was worth it. And finally, that's all the stuff I got from Michaels. But I still have more hauls to share. I got still more stuff from Joann's, and I did go to a couple thrift stores, so I still got those to share as well. So I've been trying to do all my hauls so I can start using them and not forgetting what I did and what I didn't. And so I can start using them with all my projects. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for all the other hauls, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!